Hey guys, how's it going? Nash Warfield here with another episode of Significantly Square Leadership. And today I have the honor and privilege to be with Miss Susan Dunning. Susan is the Executive Director of Big Brothers Big Sisters here in Mercer County, New Jersey. So we're in Trenton, a little bit South Jersey. So Susan, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Nash.
Really appreciate it. So Susan, tell me a little bit about your background and how your path. How did you make it to Big Brothers Big Sisters? Actually, I saw that you used to be a big sister. Is that right?
I was a big sister years ago.
Awesome.
I'm actually from a big family. I grew up in Lebanon, PA, and I'm one of 8 kids. And
wow.
My mom and dad were always very involved in the community, always. Mm-hmm. They were always volunteering, and I have to say, most of my siblings, we all volunteer for different things.
Right.
So I think it's a lot of it is the way I was raised. Mm-hmm. But what prepared me for this job probably has been my corporate background.
Okay.
After college, I started out in banking as a branch manager. Mm-hmm. From there, I worked for a power company, and I had a lot of different jobs. I've moved up throughout my career at the power company.
Okay.
So I started out managing in a call center. From there, I went into the training department. Mm-hmm. And worked with the SAP team and ran our testing programs. Okay. And a move from Delaware to New Jersey. I took a position running training and development at Sarnoff Corporation in Princeton.
Okay.
And that was really exciting because during that time I also helped implement the balanced scorecard, goal-based, performance plans.
Right.
Ran 401k plans,
okay.
Benefits. So I had a whole lot of background in HR.
Sure. So how did you make it over to the nonprofit sector?
Well, I thought I was hanging up my hat in my corporate life and was just going to do volunteer work.
Right.
And they were looking for an executive director to run this agency. Mm-hmm. And I met with one of the board members, Cliff Kramer.
Okay.
And he started talking to me about doing this. I'm like, I don't know if this is something I would want to do, run an agency. Mm-hmm. And I said, I really want to do volunteer work. I wanted to work with children with cancer because I lost a spouse at a young age to a brain tumor. And he was 28 when he passed away. But when I used to visit him in the hospital, he was always with all these kids.
Right.
Because he was a young man.
Right.
They had him with a lot of the children.
Sure.
So Cliff said to me, Sue, I've done that, and it's a nice thing to do, and the kids are gonna come and go.
Right.
He said, the kids that we work with, he said they're not sick, they're gonna live a long time, and without intervention, many of them are gonna have very difficult lives.
Sure.
So that was the hook that grabbed me, and that's what led me to taking this job.
Right.
And believe it or not, I gave them a 3 to 5 year time commitment.
Okay.
I thought that would be my max, because when I looked at it, I thought, wow, there's a lot that I can do to turn this place around, because it was really at a point where it needed a lot of help.
Okay, sure.
And I'm now here 11 years because I absolutely love my job.
Okay. Awesome. So 3 to 5 year plan and 11 years later, right?
11 years later, I love my job.
Wow, that's awesome. So obviously a lot of people, they know the name Big Brothers Big Sisters clearly, and the organization, but tell me a little about what are the main focuses of the organization and what are your day-to-day responsibilities as executive director?
Well, the main focus is to change the lives of youth that are facing adversity, to help them realize their potential so they can have better futures. For me, my day-to-day responsibilities, we're a small agency. There's 9 staff members. So you have to be willing to get your hands dirty. I do it all.
Right.
I do a
Many
little
hats,
bit of everything. I do. I help with fundraising. I help with recruiting our volunteers for the kids. Of course, I steward our donors. Build relationships throughout the community. I work with my staff, my board of directors. We have a number of committees. I work with all the committees. Always working, but it's good work. I like it. I love it.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, we run a lot of events for the kids, and so of course I'm involved in all of those as well.
Right.
So every day is different.
Yeah, I'm sure. And how many kids are you servicing now?
Well, this year we should be probably at about 530 children.
Wow, that's
so
awesome.
when you look at 530 children, that's 530 volunteers.
Sure.
And then that's 530 families that we're working with.
Right.
And we have a variety of programs. We have a community base where the volunteers pick the children up where they live and they take them out into the community and expose them to different educational, cultural, athletic events.
Right.
We have a school or site-based. That's where we have volunteers that actually go into the schools. They meet with the children during lunch or after school hours. And the kids that we usually do with the school-based program, they're children that are sometimes really hard to reach because of where they live.
Sure.
And so that's an awesome program, and we involve all the college kids in that. So we have students from Princeton, Rider, College of New Jersey, Mercer County Community College, and we also have state employees that work those programs. And then we have, for our fourth year, we're starting this year, we have our workplace mentoring program. Totally love this program. The kids that we serve are usually they start at age 6. Normally they'll stay until at least age 14. They can stay into the program till age 18. It's very difficult to get high school kids to sign up for Big Brother or Big Sister.
Sure.
So the workplace mentoring program is very different. We're actually partnered with the Trenton school system. And we take students, 9th, 10th, we're using 10th and 11th graders primarily, and we now take them to corporations. So they get a professional mentor. They get a professional mentor. They're matched 1-to-1. They learn all about the business, what it does, how it makes money, the different departments, the careers, the jobs, the educations behind those careers.
That's phenomenal.
And then they have a corporate mentor that can help guide their own path. So they can figure out what they want to do when they leave high school.
Absolutely. You know, I do a lot of motivational speaking to high school and college students, and so much of it is about exposure, you know, and them just seeing the possibility of, you know, what's different and outside of their normal surroundings, and saying, hey, this is possible. I can go into this field, and that's a phenomenal program. That's really great.
I love that program, and coming from corporate and working in HR and working with the management teams and really understanding the corporate structure, to me it was a no-brainer. It's like, let's get these students involved. So we're partnered with Bloomberg for the fourth year, Bloomberg Corporation. This year we have Solvay Chemical, and we also have St. Francis Hospital. So at Trenton High School, Trenton Central High, they have learning centers that they put the students into. So the Healthcare Learning Center, they go to St. Francis. The STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, they're going to Solvay Chemical. And the business, finance, marketing students are all going to Bloomberg. It's perfect.
So not only do they get to experience, get the in-class experience, but now they get to see it in real life.
They get to see it in real life, and they get these
really
corporate mentors. And we measure our impact from these programs. We have these validated instruments that tell us how the students are doing. And I have to tell you, for the most part, 70, 80%, their grades come up. Their social relationships improve. They have aspirations about going to college and finishing. And the one that really jumps out, 100% will tell us they now have a special adult in their lives. That's usually up from about 20 to 30%. So it's that big.
That's
big.
amazing.
That's amazing. We all need somebody special.
Absolutely. No question about it. And so, Susan, so that really leads into the next question of, obviously, the whole piece of the channel is called Significantly Square, and the piece is living a life of significance, and doing something that makes a difference. So what does that mean to you, to live a life of significance? Obviously, you're clearly making a difference, in these students' lives. So why is that important to you, to live a life of significance? What does that really mean to you?
First of all, I think that everybody that has the ability, and most of us do, should give back in one way or another in our communities. So to live a life of significance to me is simply about being a good person, respecting others, helping people. When you lay your head down on your pillow at night, knowing that you had a good day
Yeah.
and that you made a difference somewhere.
Absolutely.
You know, I think we all need to leave this world in a better place. It's
Right.
about being kind,
Right.
and you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
it's about doing the right thing. That's really it. Just do the right thing.
Right.
Do the right thing and try to be a good person.
Right.
And try to always help others.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's significance to me.
Definitely. Yeah, no question. And you clearly live it every day.
It's
and
the
you see it
little
every day.
stuff. It's
Yeah.
the little stuff. It's the everyday stuff.
Right.
It's not
Absolutely.
this one thing. It's just a whole culmination of things.
Sure. No question. And so that absolutely leads into the next part of being a square, right? So, the way I define it is somebody who stands out and, who looks to kind of do things that are different from most people. But obviously a square has four sides. And so I always like to ask, leaders and people who are in leadership positions, what would you say are your four most important qualities or value of an excellent leader? I mean, you said you have your staff here of 9, but obviously you're involved in so many different leadership roles, with the community, with the schools, with the company. So what would you say are the four most important values of being an excellent leader?
Values, qualities. I thought about this, and it's very important for me to make sure that this agency is really running well, and that I can go home at night knowing that every day people come back here, they're going to have a job and they're going to do it well.
Right.
So the four things that I find most important in leadership, I think the first one is the most important, and it's hiring the right people. I always say you have to have the right people on the bus.
That's right, Jim Collins. Good to great, that's right.
They have to be, passionate about what they're going to do. They have to have the skills. They have to have the abilities, because I'm not going to be successful, and if I don't have a good team.
That's right.
And it's always about the team.
Right.
You need a great team to be successful.
Sure.
That's the first thing. The second one is, I think it's about setting clear goals and expectations. And I believe in stretch goals. I can't stand mediocrity.
Right.
I believe that we should always be trying to improve.
Yeah.
And so what I like to do with my team here is we, at the beginning of each year or towards the end of each year, we set our goals for the whole year.
Okay.
We look at where we've been, what we've done, and then we look at what we feel we can do.
Right.
And then we talk about how we're going to get there.
Right.
And that's a great exercise. So everybody understands exactly what it is we need to accomplish. The expectations are out there.
Sure.
And then the third item is, I think you have to empower your people. You have to empower them and unleash them. Let them use their creativity into reaching the goals that you set forth.
Right.
I think the worst thing a leader can do is micromanage, because you destroy somebody's spirit and their creativity. So empower them.
Right.
And I think the last, which is also incredibly important, is develop your people. Make sure they're always learning.
Yeah.
Provide training opportunities. Give them feedback and coaching when they need it.
Right.
And I believe that if you manage people to their strengths, that all the other things start to improve as well.
Yeah.
If you manage them by their strength, help them feel good, let them know they're doing a good job. All the other things start to get better.
Definitely. So hiring the right people, you said empowering them, developing good leaders. What was the second?
Setting clear goals.
Setting clear goals. Yes, absolutely. I love it. Fantastic.
Those are things that, to me, they're very important.
Yeah. So Susan, where do you get most of your funding from for the organization?
Oh, well.
Always the big question, right? For nonprofits.
We have a lot of different pots, and we have a lot of different areas that we get funding from. We get some from our county, but for the most part, we get a good amount from corporations, from individual donors, and then we have fundraisers. So, so it's a mix. It's a good mix. It's a good mix, and it keeps
always
all of
shaking
us,
that can, right?
It keeps us all hopping. Yes.
Very good. So obviously, so if somebody wants to volunteer, or obviously if they want to donate to Big Brothers Big Sisters here at Mercer County, what's the website? How can they donate to the organization?
Well, it's simple. If you just Google Big Brothers Big Sisters of Mercer County, you'll get our website, which is BBBSmercer.org.
All right, so it's BBBS Mercer.org. So BBBSmercer.org. Definitely go there, volunteer, and donate. Absolutely.
Yes, and we always have a ton of boys on our wait list. Most of them are living in Trenton. We are always looking for men or couples to mentor the boys.
Yes, absolutely.
So do something great and get involved. It's a 1-year commitment, and you'll get just as much out of it if not more, than the children.
Awesome. Well, Susan, thank you so much for all that you're doing to, and the difference that you're making in so many lives, and your spirit and your passion. Clearly, it comes through for what you do. We really, really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks
Nash.
so much. So once again, Nash Warfield here with another episode of Significantly Square Leadership with Ms. Susan Dunning of Big Brothers Big Sisters Mercer County. Please be a volunteer, donate, make a difference in someone's lives. So I encourage you guys to be a square, make a difference, live a life of significance. See you guys next time.